Why do leaves change color? We already know that depending on the time of year and on the type of tree or plant, leaves may present different colors. But have you ever wondered why? And to go a little bit further, how do you think we could test this and see the color differences in leaves? Well, one step at a time, we're not in a hurry. First of all, I'm sure you've heard of chlorophyll, have you? That's right, chlorophyll is the green pigment in plant cells that makes them look green. It's present in chloroplasts and it plays a big role in photosynthesis. That's why it is mainly found in leaves, as this is where photosynthesis takes place. A quick reminder, just in case you need to refresh a little bit what photosynthesis is. It is the process by which plants make their own food, absorbing water and nutrients from the soil and carbon dioxide from the air to produce glucose, a type of sugar, and oxygen. Remember, they also need sunlight for this to occur. So, going back to our leaves, chlorophyll is an important pigment found in plant cells. But if this was the only color pigment, why do we find brown, yellow, and red leaves in autumn? The answer to this is simple. There are two other pigments with strange names. Carotenoids, which are yellow, and anthocyanin, which is orange or red, depending on how much sun it gets in the fall. But these pigments are found in smaller amounts and are drowned out by the predominant presence of chlorophyll. Now, there is an experiment that will allow us to separate these three pigments: chromatography. We do this by dissolving a pigment into a liquid and then let it rise up a piece of filter paper. Pigments that are more solvent than others will rise higher on the paper. So, if we gather different color leaves and carry out a chromatography test, then we will see the pigments present and compare them. What do you think you'll see in the chromatography of a red leaf? And if the leaf is green? What if it's yellow? What pigments do you think it'll have? If green chlorophyll is the most powerful pigment, then when leaves turn red, orange or brown, it must mean they have less chlorophyll and more carotenoids and anthocyanin. But why does this happen? The best way to explain and test this is by doing an experiment. So here it goes. I have found several fallen leaves in a park. Let's make a hypothesis first. Green leaves will have the three pigments, but the red leaves will not have chlorophyll or will have very little.
Hello. So first of all, we have to tear the leaves into tiny bits so that the pigment can be transferred to the liquid. You can see that I'm taking special care and I'm in this step because the smaller the bits, the better results that we will get. Each leaf will be put in one cup. So as I have 6 different types of leaves, I will need 6 cups. I've chosen the see-through cups because I want to be able to see the color liquid and compare the tones of green. And another hint, smaller cups are better because you'll have to dip the filter paper into the cup. And if the cup is too high or too big, the strip of filter paper will not be able to stay upright and it will fall. The next step is to power rubbing alcohol into the cups. Make sure that there is enough alcohol to cover the lips completely so that the experiment works. Think that the pigment will be transferred to the alcohol and the alcohol will rise up the strip of filter paper. So power enough alcohol just as I do. More or less 2 cm high in my cups. You will have to wait an hour and a half until the alcohol has a deep color. Hi again. 90 minutes later, look at the cups. What beautiful colors they got, right? Now we are ready for the next step. We'll have to cut a strip of filter paper and place them into the alcohol. In the liquid, we will rise and the pigment with it. Remember that the more solvent the pigment is, the more it will travel through the filter paper. You will have to be patient again now. This time you will need to wait 4 hours for the chromatography to be complete. See you!
Look at the results! They are impressive, aren't they? Let's take a closer look at them. We can clearly see a big difference in the chromatography of the red leaves in comparison to the green ones. And within the green leaves, some of them have a brighter green color band, whilst others have a more yellowish and dull color band. These two samples are of the same type of leaf, but one of them was green and the other had already turned red. How can we explain this color change? When days get shorter in autumn and winter, chlorophyll production is stopped by a chemical found in plant cells. Photosynthesis still takes place, but chlorophyll is not longer needed in such amounts. This is mainly as a result of sunlight and how days get shorter and cooler. But there may be other factors affecting color change too. For example, what about the pH of the soil? Or the weather? Heavy rain can have an effect too. Well, These factors can be tested and analyzed in another experiment. Now it's your turn to find some leaves and do this yourself. Try to test different color leaves from the same type of plant, and then use your results to predict the color change in autumn of another tree.